me to say over from the divrei yoel on the parsha. To see everybody should know Rabbeinu Yoel. It doesn't matter what his sheet is, his day is, if we do like him or not, but one of the tzaddikei ador he for sure was. That's Hakol Modim, Rabbi Kotler was most to that. I mean, I was so impressed that I once saw, I was in Baltimore and I visited, you can lean your arm on the table if it's hard for you. And I saw a sefer of his shiurim with pilpulim on hilchos ribis, on shachs and taz and hilchos ribis. I was tremendously impressed. And his drushes on Chumash are kemayan hanovea ukenor sheino posik. That's what it is. You can find that he talks on the same psukim, the same midrashim, again and again and again, and with pilpulim, with cheshbonis, with amkis. It's a mayan hanovea mamish. And the emes is even more than that. A mayan hanovea, that after you see his Torah, we could also draw from his mayan and be marchiv it and expand on what he says. I want to say one word that I saw these days, a few days ago, on a targum in the parsha that every year I ask and I never understood it. And probably everybody who learns the targum asks it. I imagine it. No big kasha. It says in Pasuk, Ma betza kinar, Yehuda said to his brothers, Ma betza kinaru gesochinu, v'chisinu es domo. Now, when you learn Pasuk, you understand, what are we going to gain from it? Ma betza, Pasuk pshat, what are we going to gain from killing him and covering up his blood? Let's better sell him to the Ishmaelim. Says the Targum, Ma betza, Ma momen nishane lono. What money are we going to make out of it? Vadover pele b'yos, everybody sees the pele. The pele is bullet. You don't have to explain even what. Yehuda
Kedush. The pasuk itself is a bit difficult.
Yeah, but the Targum is stronger. What money? We have our sugim what these people are. Yehuda, a Merkova for the Malchus, for Malchus Shemaim in the world, for the Ashras Hashchid in Klal Yisrael. The Shorish of Mashiach, that's Yehuda, that whole future of Klal Yisrael is Yehuda. Yehuda Malchus. And that's how you talk. Ma beta, what money are we going to make? They were goyim in America, that b'shas the Second World War, in this book over here, that they made all kinds of cheshbonos. How in this book over here that I was just reading these days, a lot you can learn from it. Don't think I'm not a curry b'sfor machitzonim. I just want to say that a lot you could learn from these kind of things. These things, it doesn't matter. I feel Nazis, but if it'll be a betza, we'll be able to be marviach a betza kesef. It was all kedai to work with them, to cooperate with them. There was Dulles, Truman's one of Truman's advisors. He was such a mushchis. He was mamish sympathized with the Nazis. Why? Because of the better kesef that you can make.
John Foster Dulles.
Yeah, John Foster Dulles. Some remember him still. A mushchis, a guy, a shuffle. Elif Alfi Abdullah's Yehuda should talk like that. Says Rabbeinu Yoel like this. The first time in my life I ever saw pshat on this. Every year I see the Targum and I ask. Right, it says like this. The Shvatim knew that there's going to be a Golus Mitzrayim, and eventually we're going to go down to Mitzrayim and Golus. There was a Masoris in the house of the Ovis. It says, how does it say by Avram Avinu? Yoda Teda ki ger yezarcha beretz lo lahem ba'avodu mino samar b'meis shana. And the Golus is going to start from the Shvatim, they're going to go down to Mitzrayim. So it says Rabbeinu Yoel that Yehuda was saying, when we go down to Golus, where are we going to get our parnasa from over there? From Paro, from the Mitzrayim? Or is it going to come from which tzinar is it going to go through our parnasa? I mean, when they talked about parnasa, when these Kedoshei and the Shvatim talked about making parnasa, getting money, they were interested in the shorish Ruchni, where it comes from, where the shefa comes from in the Ruchnistic world. I mean, we think, we that we live in such hester part, we think that if you do this and this, so you make money. It's not like that. Money, parnasa, comes from above. What you do is because of the klal of Deitzadas, that you have to do something to make the money. But the money, the parnasa, comes from the shefa from above. So they said like this: when we go in Golus and we'll be in Mitzrayim, do we want that our shefa, our parnasa, should come from such a makom tomei erva sa'aretz Mitzrayim, or do we want it to come through Yosef HaTzadik? That's what they said. If my betza, my moment is hane lona, what money are we going to get? Kinaro gesachinu v'chisinu es domo, and Yosef HaTzadik won't be here. So what's going to be when we go in Golus? Our parnasa is going to come from the Tumah, from the Tzadat Tumah. Better l'chuvanim krenu leishmeilim, and he'll become the leader in Mitzrayim. And he'll be the tzina to bring down the parnasa to us, and we'll get our parnasa through the tzaddik. What do we have to take money from the Rishonim, from the Medina, from the Rishonim, from the Mokar Atuma? Let's better something. Let's better some. The Erev Rav is the Tumah of the Dor Achron. What do we have to take from there? Let's take from Yosef HaTzadik. That's what he says. Ma betza, you hear the pshat, isn't it gewaldig? What Rabbeinu Yoel says. And it's interesting how Rabbeinu Yoel, his whole life was a mochama against the Erev Rav. He was the main lochem in the Dor Achron, the main lochem, and even Rav Shach it said in a hesped on him that he was that he was right. I don't remember exactly what he said, but that he was right. But we can't go like that. But Ba'atzim, he was right. His machama against the Ra. But we have to always know he was a Yid, there was a Yagea Batorah, there was a Amal Batorah, Yamim Valayla, wasn't there? He was the Rav of the whole Yadus Hungary, I think. I don't know. Or he was famous in the whole Yadus of Hungary before the war. And I once talked to an old man, a Mesiach Lefitumo, that had no shaykhs to all these inyanim of politics and of tzionis and all this. And he told me that he comes from Hungary, and before the war, and once, when he was young, his brother was sick, and his father said, we have to go to Rabbeinu Yoel. Rabbi Yoelish, they called him in this. He was a young Rav, but he was Yadu as the leader, the manig of the Yadus over there in Hungary. I feel if it could be that others were more outspoken and more famous, but the tzaddik, but he was Yadu in that Medina. He was the tzaddik. He was the tzaddik. So his shita.
And from the age of 18 already.
That's when he became a Rav.
That's when he moved to Satmar. I saw from Professor Krantz's, Karen-Krantz's book. I sent him a video of this. That one second.
They'll take a picture of you.
When he went to Satmar, there were 4 other Rebbes, 4 Bonshok there.
In that city?
In that city. In Satmar, I believe, wasn't it? 18 years
Saint
old.
Mary.
Huh?
Saint Mary.
No, it's not true. It's not true. It's a myth.
Yeah.
Wasn't, and he went there, and everybody started coming to him, and the 4 Bonchoks, I think, Kamarner and Ropschitz and a few different places, Sons Reinical, they were up in arms. You can't. Everybody went to him at the age of 18.
Wow.
In the new book, it'll be out soon.
Yeah, because people know where, the people have a certain feeling to where the emes is. Like we just learned in the Gemara in Sota, the Tessam and Beis, Nikarim divrei emes. they felt where the emes is by him, that he was talking.
Where we learned the Karen divrei emes?
Shimshon, when
right.
heard him
Right.
So I'm saying like this. So he said that, the kid said, he said that where are we going to get our parnats from? Where are we going to get our shefa from? It's yodua, what they say over from, I think it's the Sefer Agra de Kala, that he said it, koach hapol b'nifa. You get your parnasa from a Talmudic place, so it has a bad influence. Now, the Gdolei Lita in Eretz Yisrael didn't hold like that. And they had their reasons, and they knew what they were talking about.
The Satmar Rebbe, the Brisker Rav, who the Gdolei Lita? Rav Shach.
Yeah.
But the Brisker...
The Brisker Rav was, Enochanam, you're right. The Brisker Rav was with the Satmar Rav in Osho Day and that union. But I'm just saying what the Hanhoga was in the yeshivas, that we took money from the Medina, and I think I heard that there was a heter from the Chazon Ish. So I know I might be wrong, but that's what I heard. Now, Rabbi Lazer Yudel Finkel took money from the Medina, and the brisker was fire against him. And Rabbi Lazer Yudel once came to the brisker, and he said to him, "What are you against me for? Do you know what it is to run a yeshiva? Do you know what a ol it is? Do you know how much money it costs every month?" The brisker was quiet, and Rabbi Lazer Yudel went out. He went home. As soon as he got home, so he saw one of the sons of the brisker was standing there waiting for him to ask mechila. The brisker was Messiah of Lazer Yudel. I don't think that means that the brisker changed his mind, changed his day. Mm-hmm. But still, that he didn't have to yell to Lazer Yudel. He should have shown more understanding of his way. Now, I remember Lazer Yudel. Nowadays, there's all kinds of people that say over things, but I remember Lazer Yudel.
They also remember.
Who?
Those.
No, they don't. I remember. There was once a Shabbos morning that he came into the base medrash, and we were there. We came to daven.
But Shanos Rina Ra.
No, way before. This was in the 1960s when the first years that we were in Eretz Yisrael. So we lived on Rehov HaZayit in Makar Baruch near Gula. And we used to go on Shabbos. Sometimes we davened in the Mir, and sometimes we went to Zichron Moshe. The Mir was a mahalach, such a big man. It was a mahalach, like 20 minutes maybe it took. And Zichron Moshe was closer, but if we got up early enough. And I always wanted to daven in the Mir. I was a young boy. I was like 10, 11 years old. I wanted to go daven in the Mir. So we used to walk over there. Now we got up early and we went to the there on Shabbos. We got there before the time. We were sitting there waiting for them to start. Lazer Yudel came into the Beis Medrash on time, and he started walking up the aisle. He was halfway up. He turned around and he walked back to us. I was there with my father, and Meir was there. So he turned around and he said, come for Kiddush after davening. He said to us. He was a bemis Adam Gadol. He was a Gadol B'Yisrael. He was every yochid and yochid meant something to him, was important to him. And we came in for Kiddush after davening. Kiddush, we ate something, and then he said, he gave a bracha to me and to Meir, a Gadol B'Yisrael. You should grow up to be a Gadol B'Yisrael. He gave us both brachas.
We see it happen.
So I remember Lazer Yudel. Lazer Yudel did take money from the Medina. I'm not saying...
We have 20 more seconds.
But so Yehuda was afraid we're going to have to take money from the Medina. Watch Medina. Mitzrayim, the Ervasor, it's the biggest tumor. So he said, my bet said it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Shakoach Harav Kaplan.